All right, so hello everybody. My name is Shalket Mortada, and today I'm going to be discussing corporate culture. All right, and so when people hear the word culture, they think of diversity, maybe different religions, different languages, and whatever it is that makes that culture a culture. All right, but more specifically today we're going to be talking about corporate culture, and I've identified 4 different corporations that I'm going to discuss a little bit in depth as it regards to their culture, maybe some of their gross incomes, and other things that make them a prominent corporation in the United States and ultimately throughout the world. So the first corporation that I'm going to be talking about today is Apple, and as you can see, I am a Apple customer as I have my iPad here, and I'm also streaming this video now on my iPhone. The other company that we're going to discuss is Target. All right, I don't really shop there, but my wife does, and so that's why we have this Target bag here. And then we're going to discuss Coca-Cola, the great tasting drink that a lot of people know. And lastly, we're going to talk about Nike. All right, and so like I said, there may be different interpretations of culture in general, but as it relates to corporate culture, I have a definition here that was stated by Shine in 2004, which states that corporate culture is the climate and practices that organizations develop around their handling of people. And that was cited in O'Donnell and Boyle in 2008. All right, and so here you have this concept of how people within an organization are a part of this overriding theme of what a culture is, or how a company would like to be portrayed. All right, and so that, a lot of scholars have said that it also has to start from up top. A culture, what a company represents, starts from its management, it starts from its leadership. And so Stefanowska and Taniszewski in 2006 said that, and I quote, "Managers also have an active role in shaping the organizational culture, both with their personality and the management they apply. Their impact on organizational culture is twofold, indirectly through their behavior and the principles of management for which they are assigned." And that can be found on page 3. All right, and so another great benefit of company culture is the fact that it could call for a lot of new innovation. All right, and so Tellis, Prahubi, and Chandy found that corporate culture was much more important than any type of labor or capital or government or national culture, as that was cited in Rowe and Weinthrope in 2003. All right, and so, we're talking about corporate culture, and although that a culture may be in place or portrayed from a company today, doesn't mean that it's going to be the case 5 to 10 years from now. All right, and so what are some drivers for that change in corporate behavior or corporate culture? It could be the marketplace, it could be new technology, different innovation, as Denson and Clother suggested in 2010. And so now that you have a little bit of an idea of what corporate culture is, I'm going to go ahead and dive into these 4 companies and discuss a little bit about what makes them so special and different. All right, so the first organization that we're going to talk about today is Apple, which has roughly 80,000 employees according to their website, and those employees make up different roles such as designers, scientists, retailers, and marketers. Brief description of their culture, and you can see by looking on their website that they promote creativity, innovativeness, and people who are forward thinking. And that is part of the identity that they wish to have within their organization, as they view their employees and their workers as innovators and those who go above and beyond to push the envelope to deliver exceptional quality technology to the end user. And so that is what they want to create within their corporation. And it has been to their benefit, both financially and corporately as well. First, we're going to start with the finances. We'll look at their gross income from 2017 for an example. According to MarketWatch, Apple brought in a gross income of $86.87 billion and had a net of $48.35. If you compare that to one of their biggest competitors, Microsoft, they only and again, I just say this in regard to Apple, only brought in $55.19 billion and had a net income of 21.2. Okay, so cultural impact on company's image and brand. Again, Apple would like to be seen as being innovative and very creative, and again, they do that in various methods, such as their campaign ads, their commercials. And so when a person sees Apple, this is what comes to mind. Okay, and according to marketminds.com, Apple is a brand personality that is also about simplicity and the removal of complexity from people's lives. And Apple is seen as being very people driven, and that shows in their reputation score that they got from a survey in 2017 that was comprised of 6 different components, ranging from emotional appeal to leadership, workplace environment, social responsibility, and financial performance. Apple ranked 5th on that list and had a reputation quotient score of 82.7. And a quick evaluation and assess of positive impact on employees and profit margins. Again, now we're going to look at the effect that it's having financially as well. It's obvious to see that Apple is doing well, as it has a net income or a net worth of over $900 billion. And again, that is according to Fortune.com. And they also do a good job at retaining their employees as well by having a 81% retention rate. And that was brought to me by Fairstale.com. So the next company that we're going to look at now is Target, or Target, as it is known to a few people. The number of employees at Target is 323,000, and that is according to their website, Target.com. And they have a little over 1,822 stores in the United States, and also has presence in India. A description of their culture is that Target respects and values the individuality of all team members and guests, and they say that they have a lot of fun in what it is that they do. They look at their employees as rockers, as dreamers, and as team members. Okay, and so that is their culture, and that is what they wish to portray as whenever they're seen. Whenever that bullseye is seen, that is what they hope consumers envision. All right, and again, they're doing a pretty good job as well. As you look at their gross income, again, this statistic brought to me, both of them actually, that I'm going to state right now, brought to me by MarketWatch.com. So the first one, we're going to look at the Target side. Their gross income in 2017 was $18.33 billion, and they had a net income of $2.67 billion. If you look at their competitor, Walmart, their gross income, as you could probably imagine if you ever grew up here in the United States, there's a Walmart pretty much in every city, and it shows in their figures of $123.89 billion of gross income and $13.64 billion of net income in 2017. All right, so back to Target here. If we look at their culture impact on companies' image and brand, so just to give you a brief example of how Target looks or aims to be more diverse and wants that appeal of diversity. When you see that bullseye, which again is the Target logo, they actually had some of their corporate advisors travel to Lisbon, Portugal, Paris, France, and Mallorca to look at different brands specifically for the home that they could bring into their stores, again, to promote that diversity, to show their consumers that they are open to different ideas and brands and images as well. And so that's part of, again, if we look at their company's reputation with their slogan, expect more, pay less. Their consumers going into their stores they'll have the idea that they're getting more than what they're paying for. And again, that is what Target hopes for. If we do a quick evaluation and assess of positive impact, as you can see, Target is doing very well with a net worth of over $40 billion, and that's according to CNN.com, off of a statistic in 2017. And a quick view of the company's page. If you look at their team section, there's a video there, and you can see some testimonials from their employees as well, regarding the joy that they have being a part of this team. And so you can see there how their corporate culture reflects in them being competitive definitely in the market, as they're one of the top competitors based off of their total revenue. All right, so let's go ahead and move into now our third company, which is Coca-Cola. So the number of employees reported by Coca-Cola as of December 31st, 2016 was roughly 100,300 associates worldwide. All right, and you can find that right on the Coca-Cola company.com page. A description of their culture. Again, also found on their page is that they pride themselves on being diverse. So here we're starting to see a trend of diversity and inclusion, as you know, is expected as we're moving closer to a more globalized world and business realm here. You can see why it's important for these corporations to promote diversity. And so they go on to say that they are global, that they're diverse, and that they're growing. And these are 3 points that they want to make on their page, and what it is that they try to do in their campaign ads as well, and in their commercials. Okay, so that very notion of being global and being diverse is part of that company culture, and what they aim to do, as they have different locations in countries all around the world, and also again in their commercials portraying people of all different works of life drinking a Coca-Cola and having that image in the head of their end consumers. All right, if you take a look at their gross income in 2017, their income was around $22.15 billion, and they had a net income of $1.15 billion. Again, that statistic was brought to me by MarketWatch. Their competitor, Pepsi Cola, has a gross income of $34.75 billion and a net income of $6.33 billion. Again, so it's a little bit more than Coca-Cola, but not too far off. All right, and culture impact on companies' image and brand. So Coca-Cola, like Target, aims to portray a diversified company culture, and it displays its commercials, just again to reiterate, featuring people from all walks of life. And there's a statement here on their company's page as well that says the Coca-Cola Company's global diversity mission is to mirror the rich diversity of the marketplace we serve and be recognized for our leadership in diversity, inclusion, and fairness in all aspects of business, including workplace, marketplace, supplier, and community, enhancing the company's social license to operate. All right, and so if we look at their reputation, again, another poll, this time the Harris Poll Reputation Quotient of 2017, Coca-Cola was one of the 17 companies to earn an excellent reputation score with a score of 81.18. And this survey, again, was based on 23,000 Americans who reported who rated, companies on social responsibility, emotional appeal, as I stated before. All right, and so that information was found right off of Coca-Cola's company's page. And so a quick evaluation of assets and positive impact on employees and profit margins. According to Forbes, Coca-Cola is worth an estimated $182.9 billion. And so again, their diverse company culture appeal has been working as it remains one of the most valued international companies in the world. All right, and that's according to Forbes.com. So last but not least, we have Nike here, which is my personal favorite brand, and we actually have a representative of Nike. He works at the Nike factory in Philadelphia Mills, down in Philadelphia, PA. I'll have him give a brief testimonial of what it's like working for Nike and some of the benefits that he's found working for Nike. All right, so for starters, the number of employees, according to Forbes.com, of Nike is around 70,700 employees. All right, a description of their culture, and this is from Business Insider, is that workers quote the company's maxims like the 10 Commandments. All right, so the maxims is what Nike holds as their values, or I should say their core values of the company. All right, so and again, there was a writer from Business Insider whose name is Austin, and he went on to say that more than a dozen told him independently and unprompted, be a sponge And if you have a body, you're an athlete. And again, those are some of the maxims from Nike that these employees were able to just spout off because they believe in it. It's part of their culture. It is what makes them a part of Nike. All right. And so that helps embed a sense of value and history and shared culture in what employees are doing. All right. And so that helps to shape that culture. So if we go ahead and take a look at gross income, all right, the gross income of Nike, again, this is by MarketWatch, was $14.88 billion in 2017, and they had a net income of $4.24 billion. And their competitor, Under Armour, had a gross income of roughly $2.23 billion and a net income of $197.98 million. All right, so you can see here that Nike is doing better than Under Armour. So culture impact on branding and image. Their slogan, Nike's slogan, which is "Just Do It," is a very, very popular slogan. It's been seen by millions of athletes across the world and is a representation of what it is that Nike wants to get across to their consumers, that anything is possible, and to just do it, to just go out there and do what it is that you've always wanted to do. And so that has become a part of their culture, the slogan "Just Do It," and also how they're seen in all of their branding and images and campaign ads, whether it be in a newspaper or whether it be a commercial, that "Just Do It" translate into Nike. All right, and so company's reputation. So Nike, although it's one of the prominent athletic wear companies in the world, also took a little hit a few years ago when there was a scandal that was released that showed some child labor going on overseas at some Nike factories of such. And I believe that the problem has been rectified. I wasn't able to investigate too much further, but it's clear to see that Nike's still doing well, regardless of this hit that it took to its reputation, as it has a net worth of $91.2 billion. And again, that's according to Forbes.com. So here, if you tie all of these companies together, you can see sort of a trend when it comes to corporate culture and what they want to portray of diversity, right? So one of the goals of each of these organizations is diversity. And that's, I believe, why people, like me and people who don't look like me consume these products. And so that is a quick synopsis of each of these different companies that I have decided to share with you today.
Everybody, I'm Reginald Roberts. I'm the sales associate over at Franklin Mills Mall, Nike store. Nike is a great company and empowers me to be the best that I can be. Like the slogan says, just do it. We get things done, we get the work done, and ultimately we have fun. Nike is based around great cultures. We just love the company.